Welcome back to the Gentleman's Gazette. In today's video, we'll discuss 10 casual boot mistakes and how you can avoid them. If you've followed GG for a while, you'll know I have a decent boot collection, but I don't nearly wear them as often as my buddy Ivan Martinez. I first met Ivan in person at Menswear in Atlanta, just like I did with Kyle. He runs his own YouTube channel called I'm Mr. Martinez. He has his own custom clothing brand. He lives in Minneapolis, and I'm really glad to introduce you Ivan as our new host on the Gentleman's Gazette.
How's it going, Raphael?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Good.
So how often do you wear boots?
A lot, especially here in Minnesota.
All right. Well, you got this then?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. See you later. Enjoy Ivan Martinez.
Thank you. Oh, you mean now? Boot wearing has become increasingly more popular throughout the years, especially as a more casual style of footwear. But as more people adopt them, those not experienced or without the proper know-how can limit their style potential. Wearing boots casually isn't as easy as wearing them formally either. Today, we're not covering basic boot mistakes that you could be making. You could check out our other content for that information. Instead, these are nuanced errors that any well-styled person will notice. Note that we're only discussing casual boots, no button boots. Just learning how to button those is a whole nother video in and of itself. We'll only be focusing on boots that fall within the casual and the business casual setting, which include options like the Wellingtons, work boots, casual cowboy boots, chukkas, and the like. So pull up those boots and let's get started. Mistake number 1, not investing in a quality boot. Just because something is casual doesn't mean that you have to skimp on the quality. Just like anything else in classic style, you get what you pay for. Cheaply made boots will use subpar construction in order to keep their costs down. A boot without a Goodyear welt won't last as long as one with a welt, and will need to be replaced more often, which only means that you'll have to be more discerning as far as longevity, somewhat defeating the rugged appeal of boots in the first place, and leading to a higher cost per wear as you repair the boot to boot, pun intended. It is less likely that cheaply made boots will have the beautiful lines that higher quality boots will have. When cutting corners, a boot's beauty is usually the first one to be cut out. So if you have the funds, it is better to invest now for a great pair of boots that will last you a lifetime. Mistake number 2, getting formalities wrong. One of the easiest ways to stand out for the wrong reason is wearing your boots with the wrong outfit. Combat boots and suits is probably not the best combination for a classic look. While there's more obvious picks, there are some nuanced considerations. If you're trying to go for more of a business casual outfit, a utilitarian boot probably isn't going to be a good fit. They'll often be made with materials that will clash with more formal outfits, and have a chunkier silhouette that is not suited for an office environment. And likewise, dress boots aren't the best for casual settings, as their sleeker lines and more precious materials probably aren't as adept for handling wear and tear. In other words, you may not want to go on that hike in your Chelsea boots. Look at the purpose and the occasion when picking out your boots. If you want to relax your boot options, you might want to consider some broguing elements to your boots, or more casual garments like jeans. You might be wondering if denim is smart casual then? Check out this video for our verdict. Number 3, using the wrong sole or a subpar sole. One of the great things about more casual boots is their rugged style and their practical design. However, the sole that you use has a massive impact on the formality and utility. For example, if you have a more formal dress boot and you put a chunkier sole to it, this will only make it more casual. For a more formal appearing option, we always suggest using a V-tread or a less chunkier sole. A leather sole on a boot that is meant to be worn for dirty or rough terrains will break down more quickly because it's not meant to be worn in those environments, especially without a storm welt. Much like formality, purpose and location will help you determine the type of sole that you'll want to use for the occasion. Number 4, picking the wrong trouser. Not all trousers are meant to be worn with boots. Skinny jeans and boots may not be the most flattering look. Consider the silhouette and the leg opening of your trousers. Dress shoes aren't affected by this as much. Straight or boot cut jeans go very well with boots. Hey, they're called boot cut jeans for a reason, right? As a general rule of thumb, the taller the boot, the wider the leg opening has to be on the trouser. For example, chukka boots don't require as much space. while cowboy boots need to have more room so they don't bunch up and get uncomfortable. Also consider trouser material. Jeans and chinos might be better for casual boots, paired with something like a leather jacket. Their coarser materials make them more casual and even harder wearing, even if you, like Raphael, aren't actually a biker. Meanwhile, corduroy and flannel might work better for dress boots. It's all about trying to harmonize formalities. Number 5, socks not harmonizing with boots. You probably already know that white socks with boots is probably not a good idea. But dress socks are almost more overlooked than pants. We explain how to avoid your boots and socks from clashing in this guide. But harmonizing is more nuanced. Instead of matching colors, include other colors too. Try to match them to an accessory or try to even incorporate it with other parts of your outfit, instead of blending in with your pants, just to showcase that you put time and effort into your outfit. Options like Fort Belvedere's shadow striped socks will help you with this. Number 6, picking the wrong leather material for the occasion. Boots come in a number of unique materials such as alligator, suede, cordovan, yet some materials like suede have very situational purposes. Unless waterproof, they might not work in rain or mud. They're also more casual and less versatile than calfskin. Alligator is a more bold material, also making it more memorable, and thus not nearly as versatile. Cordovan is an extremely hard-wearing leather, but can be tough to care for, and its sheen won't fit all boot styles. We also have to consider how the leather is treated. A more glossy leather won't look as good with a more casual outfit, while a waterproofed upper won't be as formal. The more refined and shined the leather is, the more formal it will be. The more matte the leather is, the more casual it will be. Number 7, poorly shined boots. While a novice might notice that your boots weren't cared for, a seasoned enthusiast will notice a bad shine job.
All finished, my good sir.
Well, I've had better.
Not treating the edges, a botchy, improperly set polish, missing spots, not moisturizing or conditioning, leading to cracks, or leaving bits of dirt under the leather on the polish. Worried you might have made one of these mistakes? We have plenty of videos that will show you how to shine your shoes properly here. Number 8, wearing boots that are too out there. As we develop our boot skills, we want to wear more elaborate styles. For example, if you are a fan of Western style, you might want to consider some cowboy boots. However, if you've never worn them before, jumping into some blue alligator skin might not be a great idea. That's not to say that you could never wear these styles, but we recommend more of the classics, more middle of the road ones first. As you get more comfortable with boot wearing and what you like and what you dislike, you could gradually work up to more bold styles. Style and confidence take time to develop. There are some boot styles out there that have to be seen to be believed. Number 9, tucking or not tucking your pants into your boots. This one could start an East Coast versus West Coast debate. Traditionally, pants were tucked into their boots in order to protect from any debris from the country. This has been popular since the Middle Ages and can still be seen today with cowboys. However, dress boot styles tend to have a more slim design. Plus, you probably aren't riding horseback every day. Ultimately, the choice to tuck or not tuck your pants is really up to you. There is no right or wrong answer in this in most cases. But as a rule of thumb, lace-up styles and boots with taller uppers can be worn with your pants tucked in. Dressier boot styles will work better with your pants untucked. Finally today, we come to mistake number 10, boring boot laces. A style element that many men overlook is their boot laces. While the standard brown and black shoelaces aren't wrong, they aren't the most interesting choice. Instead, you could look to add colored laces that complement your outfit. This will give your looks an extra dimension, making everything much more visually stimulating. Fresh laces can bring new life to an old pair of boots, giving them unique character. It can even change the formality. As bright, playful laces make your boots more casual, a more rounded one will only elevate the formality. We believe our options at Fort Belvedere are excellent choices. In conclusion, boots are a great addition to any man's wardrobe, but men can easily miss out on wearing them properly. So, by avoiding these mistakes, you could further elevate your style and gain that X factor that people will notice, even if they can't quite put their finger on why it looks so good. Do you have any style pet peeves for boots that we might have missed? Let us know in the comments which boot mistakes you see wearers make. I hope I didn't make any styling mistakes in today's outfit. In today's video, I am wearing a navy suit jacket from a navy suit that I have. It is by my brand, by Mr. Martinez. Same with the pants. They are brown and white. I am also wearing a white shirt with a spread collar, just kind of keeping it all classic. At the time of this recording, it is 90 degrees in Minnesota, so I am not wearing boots. On my feet, I am wearing a pair of burgundy horsebit loafers from J. Butler. Although you can't see them, I am wearing socks. I'm just wearing no-show socks. On my wrist, I am wearing a Timex Marlin watch. For my pocket square, I wanted a little bit of a pop of color, so I went with a red and kind of a blue, just kind of incorporated it into my outfit. For fragrance, I decided to wear this Roberto Ugolini scent. I thought it was appropriate since it's the loafer, and I'm wearing some loafers. If you want to check out this and other fragrances, as well as our menswear accessories, make sure you check out our shop.